Okay, so the time is now 7:49 a.m. Today is the 11th of November. Okay, so I leave. They got mad about me the time of morning I left. So I left before 7. They were calling to me when I left, and she left behind me with her kids. Okay, I take off. They're making my car make like this sound. Okay, but I take off. I go where I'm going. Like, I literally just needed packing tape. I get back. There's somebody parked literally right where I park, how I park. So I don't know if it's the place next door or if it's the apartment downstairs. But they have a black SUV parked literally where I park. So I had to park across the street in front of 312 where it says no parking anytime. And that's where I'm recording right now. Trying to suggest that I was at Samantha's, they also put a black SUV in her driveway. When I returned, Nicole was out on her porch. I guess they were trying to use her as some sort of decoy and suggest that she might be the reason why I went and parked right there. I don't give a fuck who's out. I park where I want. And besides, my spot was taken. So she clearly got aggravated. She quietly went inside. Yep, that's what they did. So, yeah, I'm not participating in Veterans Day. They made a couple comments about that. They stole my fake tooth again before I left to call me Kelly's boyfriend, who smoked up all his teeth. So you know what that means. That means while I was out and about, they claimed that I wasn't me, but they called me. Like I said, there's different tiers of information, so there's going to be different agents calling me different people the entire time, and they're not supposed to be. They started talking about my finances again and how my finances were driving them crazy, and how they've been having difficulty trying to claim that the money I've been spending has been them. Also for the last couple days, they've been hiding Theo, and that's directly across the street. The other person on the street who has a system, like a sound system in their vehicle. Well, it's actually 3 of us, but his baby mom never really. If you don't pay attention to your surroundings, you wouldn't know that she has one. Because she never uses it, she'll never really play it. I'm talking about 99% of the time. Yeah, but they've been hiding his vehicle. I'm talking about this car parked literally where I park. Like, it's trying to mimic my behavior. Like, whichever one of these places is at, it had no reason to park that way when it could have parked in front of or near, you know, the place it was at. So they're clearly trying to get on my fucking nerves. And they were talking about how I have the blind up. They're going to know that she's able to look at people the same way. Like, because I pull my blind up so that I can see, like, what's going on and who, like, where is it coming from. The black SUV at Samantha's is leaving and it's coming this way. I think the real intention was to get me to park in front of 323 where they're calling me those new girls. And they did what a couple of other neighbors have done to mimic my behavior, or, you know, get in on the type of curses that Kelly and Steve were establishing without taking their trash out. You know, the 1 or 2 times I didn't put my trash on the curb, I planned not to. And it's something that Kelly and Steve were like, yeah, so fucking high that they wouldn't, like, put their trash out and it'd be full and fucking stank. Those girls next door, they didn't put their trash out. And it was like they had company over that night, so it was like on purpose. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then they were like following. Like, yesterday I left my can on the curb. Like, not on the curb, but in the street, right where the trash guy put it in front of my vehicle. And every time I think to go outside and move it, they would like begin to move their vehicles. They were going to return and claim they were somewhere else. So when I moved it this morning, I think that's why you know what I'm saying? Like, they tried to cover that space. Was that a cop that just drove by? An agent just said, so we're going to have to get out of these headspaces and get off her at the same time that I'm just checking for cops. And of course, Kelly's parked where I can't park behind her in the driveway. And that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, the landlord. I just said something to him about that yesterday, but not for him to do anything about it. It was just like, because he had like, he was so concerned. Like, I gave him a heads up about me having a trailer here for 3 days to load with my things. And I told him, I was like, but it shouldn't affect, this is what I said to him, I said, it shouldn't affect Kelly being able to park in the driveway though. And he said something, his response was, as long as it doesn't affect parking. And so I went in with a little bit of education. I've been talking all this time. Okay, so I seen a black SUV go by. I'm like, oh, but look, it looked just like a cop. And then I was like, oh, that's that little same black vehicle, you know, that just left. And then Nicole, it went by. She went by, and I was talking about how that was established with paranoia, or associated with paranoia. And I don't think you got to hear. You probably got to hear that part, but I don't know what happened with the recording. Like it just, and I'm still talking. So I was talking about how it tells, like I was talking about the time frame that I used to park over there, and that was like between February and April. And me being there shows how they were associated with the type of attacks that are being made on the car, and how they were all hiding their vehicles to make sure it was my vehicle with that got attacked and not their own. I also spoke about how you notice that all the conversation is starting to be, the conversation here lately has been about my car. Has come up on more than one occasion. So whenever the government starts cursing and spelling about finances, they start cursing and spelling about my vehicle. And I was saying they know what the outcome is going to be. Whenever I say jail, it has one and one equivalent only, and that's murder. Okay, so when I mention jail, think murder. Like, they know that I'm not putting another dime into my vehicle, and they also know that I'm gonna go to jail. Like, if they tear up one more motherfucking thing, I'm going to jail, and I would go for less. You've heard me talk about it over the coming days. I wonder if it caught when I was recording and talking about like me moving the trash can and how that played a part in how Kelly's daughter was trying to eliminate my vehicle yesterday by parking near the fire hydrant and suggesting that it wasn't my car that was parked on the street, but her aunt. Okay, like her and her baby dad were on the prowl, doing what they normally do. Like, not except for if I hadn't been establishing these things that are associated with and telling their behavior this year, they would have been like closed in on it, like hanging out near my vehicle. Okay, but because she was parked at a distance, probably 20-30 feet between 25-30 feet between her vehicle and mine. No, that's a stretch. 15-20 between hers and mine. And trying to, you know what I'm saying, shimmy up some shit that way. And mind you, like, they didn't allow me to sleep. And on top of not allowing me to sleep, they removed the Tylenol PM from my system and put it somewhere else where they was already motherfucking snoozing to call them me. That's the word SUV, but by opinion. Someone just got in their vehicle somewhere. I couldn't really pinpoint it. They were trying to throw where the sound was coming from. And mind you, like I said before, like they're all so against me that they don't ever act like they would recognize any type of wrong that's being done to me. So obvious stuff like this, someone parking in the exact place that I park, all the neighbors will see and notice this and act like they didn't see it at all. They see Kelly parked at the end of the driveway, they act like they don't notice it at all. She's been doing that shit all year. And me parking there a couple of nights ago, like at the end of the driveway, like made her, she was trying to inch up to act like she was at my place. She was trying to claim my apartment, okay? And following me parking behind her, she started backing all the way to the end. She was already doing it, but she started, when she gets real comfortable, she starts inching up, trying to get closer and closer to my place. Ouch. It just made me a breakfast bowl. Okay, anyhow, they were talking about how the landlord was going to find out. This is covert stuff, okay, that they were saying. So they were saying that the landlord, whoever is posing as him covertly, was going to find out that Kelly put someone in my parking space as soon as I left at 7 a.m. And then they turned right around and said that they're going to know. Actually, they said this before they said this about her. They said, so they're going to know that we be messing with people and starting stuff for no reason. Talking about the girls next door. Then implying that for them to have someone park exactly where I park would be trying to start something for no reason. And not having a reason to, do anything with it. And they said that's pretty much what they did with all the other neighbors, and that, you know, they later started trying to pretty much bank off of me being transparent about it and telling. So they were saying, like, you know, they pretty much always start some shit and then try to act like I did something to them. And like I said, that was said before they said this stuff about Kelly and the landlord. It's 6 minutes till 9. My coffee. They said she's skillsing. Female federal agent said they know I'm skillsing the wrong person. They was talking about skills to pay the bills. But what I just said to you about what they said about her and them, and turned around, you know, they were talking about them. Then they turned around and started talking about Kelly. I said that to say that this is a perfect example of how they try to piggyback off one another's attacks. They also said that one of them, like one of the agents is somewhere holding up my, is at UOP holding up my finances, and that they don't want to let the money go. And that they had a lot of stuff writing on that sort of attack. Oh, and that squeak, the tire squeaky stuff, that was coming from the girl's car next door. They took it off her car and had put it on mine, and I recognized it after it took place, and they had removed it from my vehicle. Good morning. I heard her pulling out, and there's a loud squeaky sound. The federal government said that Christmas is looking at them like it's going to be bad either way. So whether I go to jail for murder or whether I move out of state and I'm alone, you know, they don't have any way of claiming others are with me. They said it's going to be bad either way. I'm going to stop this vlog right here, upload it to YouTube now, and give it a release date just in case some crazy shit happened today and I go to jail for murder.